When the printer is turned on, the dashboard screen appears. Printer status is shown in the top right. Primed idle indicates the printer is online and ready to print. Ink levels are shown for each color. When material is loaded in the printer, the unwinder and rewinder roll diameter values are shown here. The media speed will show the print speed when jobs are processed. This section allows you to select the print speed. The selected speed will be a different color. You can select the units here, inches or millimeters. Total ink usage is shown in this section. Total printed length and total printed pages are shown here. The job library shows the print jobs that have been ripped. They can be sorted by date or name. They can be shown in a list or grid layout. To print an image, select the file. A checkbox will appear in the upper left corner. Click on the Print selected box. The job will appear on the dashboard. Click Start to begin printing. To get information about a file, click on the Edit icon in the lower right corner. Here you can see ink cost and ink usage, per label and per job. On the maintenance screen, a login is required. First, we will review the operator login. In the Print Engine panel, you will see information about the engine state and software version details. Notifications will show the last engine error message. Sync mode under Media Sensor settings sets the type of media you are using, gap, black mark, or continuous. No pullback is for continuous media. The media will not move back to the print position after printing is completed. Once the selection is made, press the Set button. Positioning offset is used to change the print start position when using die cut or black mark media. Once the number is entered, click the Set button under the box. The ink tank section shows information about each of the ink tanks. In the engine section, you can shut down or initialize the printer. Selecting Shut Down will turn off the printer. The printer state will change to off. Initialize will turn on the printer, and the state will change to primed idle. Under Cleaning, you can select light or medium. This will engage the wiper module and clean the printhead. It is best to start with light and move on to medium, if necessary. Selecting Cap will cap the printhead. If the printer gets into a state where the printhead is lowered in the print position and manually needs to be capped, this button can be used. Under Printhead, there is the option to prime or deprime the printer. Prime will fill the ink lines with ink. Deprime will remove ink from the lines, allowing for printhead replacement. Replace wiper is used when a new wiper module needs to be installed. On the PLC panel, System status is shown in the top left corner. Printing speed can be set on this screen as well. You can select the speed by pressing one of the percentage buttons or by manually adjusting the slider bar. The notification section will display any error messages. Pressing the Clear Errors button will clear the errors. The information section will display system status. The movement buttons control the movement of the material. Start and Stop will start and stop movement. Pressing the forward button changes direction to reverse. Pressing it again changes it back to forward. Pullback is used to move the media back to the print position if no pullback is selected under sync mode. The forward speed is set in the speed section. Reverse movement is a constant 6 meters per minute. The minimum diameter for the unwinder and rewinder can be set here. When the unwinder value is reached, the printer will stop printing. Pressing the air button will inflate each mandrel. Web tension is set here. Depending on the material, this may need to be adjusted slightly. Under Settings, you can select the language for the UI. The minimum unwinder diameter and maximum rewinder diameter can also be entered. Here, you can change the default password for the operator user. The session screen will show the number of active sessions on the printer. On the Settings tab, the network information is displayed. Under Interface, you can reboot or shut down the internal PC. You can also restart individual components of the system. Next, we will review the admin settings. Log out by selecting the user icon in the upper right corner. Enter the admin username and password. Under Print Engine, there are settings for KWS, Keep Wet Spit. Increasing these numbers will increase the amount of ink the print head spits in the background during printing. In the cleaning section, Heavy is an option as admin. It is recommended that Heavy only be used as a last resort. Light and medium cleans should be completed first. Under Position, the print head assembly can be moved to the cap, print, or raise position. Under Printing, a print job can be stopped or the print queue cleared. Here, the print engine firmware can be reset. This should only be done under advisement from a certified technician. Under Statistics, you can see details about the jobs that have been completed. Start and end dates can be entered. Under System Information, software version information is displayed, along with the disk storage usage. Under Settings, more options are available to admin. Media pullback, job chaining, and allow inter-page ejections will be turned on by default. These should remain enabled. Ink cost is entered for each color. This is the cost of 1 liter of ink. This value is used in determining the cost per print. Light clean before print will run a clean at the start of a print job. Air before movement start will apply air to the mandrels before any movement. Use anti-static bar would be enabled if an anti-static bar is installed. Spit in flight will be on by default and must be enabled. Use metric sets the default unit of measure to either metric or English. Printer identifier is a unique value for each printer and cannot be changed. Recovery after idle minutes sets the time for idle maintenance. When the printer is idle, it will perform a clean at the interval set in this field. Media type check length limit is the length of material the printer will move before giving a media mismatch error. Cutter installed, this is turned on if a slitter assembly is installed on the printer. Error notifications, enable disable file reports, enable disable email reports, and report format are options for sending emails from the printer. Report recipients and error notification recipients are fields for entering in the email addresses for people who will receive these emails. CSV separator is the character used to separate fields in the CSV report. Language sets the language to be used in the UI. Time zone sets the local time on the printer. Media sensor distance is set at the factory and will not be changed. Web tensioning distance sets the distance to tension the web. This is typically set to 0. Media sensor light changes the orientation of the gap sensor. This is normally turned off. Minimum roll A and maximum roll B values can be set to pause the printer when the rolls reach these diameters. Under Hardware Parameters, mid-job service triggers can be set. This can be set by the number of pages printed or by length. Media sensor polarity sets the trigger mode of the media sensor. In the User Settings section, passwords can be set for the operator and admin users. The session screen will show the number of active sessions on the printer. On the Settings tab, the network information is displayed. Under Interface, you can reboot or shut down the internal PC. You can also restart individual components of the system. In the RIP software, uploaded images are shown on the left. Selecting a file will display the image. To upload a file, insert a USB drive containing your files into the front of the printer and select Upload via File Browser. If you are connected over the network, drag and drop the file to this location. In the drop-down box, select the print configuration you wish to use based on your media type and required resolution. In the Size and Position section, you can adjust the image. Pressing the center square will center the image. Rotate and resize options are also available. Ink levels can be adjusted. The top selection adjusts all of the inks together. Individual slider bars for each color can also be used. The output settings can be adjusted if necessary. This includes DPI, profile, intent, and workflow. Normally, these settings are not changed. Clicking the gear icon in the upper right will take you to the output configuration screen. Here you can create new configurations, selecting the output settings you need for a particular job or media type. Under Profile, you will see a list of the ICC profiles available and have the ability to upload your own profiles. Under Printer, only the Duraflex is listed, and that will not change. Under Settings, you can create labels with different names and colors. This can be used to organize files in the RIP. The language setting is also changed here.